What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Hangout Spot, where we discuss real talk, sports talk, live from my man cave. It's your boy Johnny, and let's talk some NBA basketball. How about them Brooklyn Nets tonight, baby, who go into Miami shorthanded against a fully healthy Heat team and beat them 109-105 in a game that they trailed throughout, but came back strong in the second half, fourth quarter specifically, led by two net guys making their debut, Armani Brooks and Trendon Watford, who were huge. I mean, they provided a spark of energy that was really, really fun to watch if you were a Net fan, and totally unexpected. I mean, this was a game that I didn't think that the Nets would win for a couple of reasons. Number one, Miami was coming into that game on a 3-game losing streak. So you knew they were chomping at the bit to get a win. They played all their starters. Jimmy Butler played. Tyler Herro played. Bam Adebayo played. And again, we were shorthanded. Spencer Dinwiddie is out. Cam Johnson continues to be out. And Nicholas Claxton was also out. So we started that game with a small lineup. So my initial thoughts was we were going to get out-rebounded. I thought Bam Adebayo would have an absolute field day against us. But strangely enough, it shows you how much I know about basketball. We actually out-rebounded the Heat by 1. So it was really, really good to see. The Nets showed a lot of grit, a lot of heart, a lot of determination. They were trailing by double digits the majority of the game. Going into the middle of the third quarter, and when these two kids came in, I mean, you could tell that the tide was turning. They provided a spark. I mean, Watford was huge. I mean, he played 13 minutes tonight. He scored 11 points. He had 4 assists. He was fast. He was active on the defensive end. And Armani Brooks in 15 minutes scored 17 points, but he was 5 of 6 from 3-point range. I mean, this kid was unconscious. He was hitting all net, and it was really, really good to see because he really needed that tonight. Based on the lack of starting depth that we started the game with. But credit to Vaughn. I mean, he played 10 guys tonight. I didn't think it would work, but he mixed and matched pretty well. Aside from that opening starting 5, Ben Simmons continues to play great basketball. I mean, that to me, going into the season, that was the biggest question mark for me. Were we going to get the Ben Simmons of last year, who obviously was playing hurt? I mean, because you just see a different Ben Simmons this year. It looks like he's fully healthy, and he's playing with a lot of energy. He's starting to look like the Ben Simmons of the Philadelphia Sixer All-Star days, and that's what we wanted to see as Net fans, but I don't think a lot of us were optimistic that we were, but that's been good to see because he's been rebounding the hell out of the basketball. He's been pushing the ball. He's been distributing. He's still a work in progress on the offensive, scoring the basketball, but he does everything else really, really well, especially how active he is defensively. A big block today on Tyler Herro. Off of a steal, with Herro trying to hit a layup late in that game when the Heat were getting closer, and that was really, really fun to watch. But in totality, I mean, this team is gritty. They play good defense. It looks like they have really good chemistry and culture. They no longer are playing with this drama cloud over them that they have been playing with the last couple of seasons. It's a different expectation, obviously. I mean, going into last year with the All-Stars, it was a championship or bust expectation. This year, again, there is no expectation for this team. Those guys, KD, Kyrie, and James, they're gone. This team is led by Mikal Bridges, Ben Simmons, and strangely enough, Cam Thomas, who is playing tremendous basketball to start the season. I mean, going into this game, he was averaging 33 a game. He was shooting over 60%, so he was extremely efficient, and his court vision has gotten a lot better, and that's what we wanted to see. We knew this kid was a walking bucket, because we've seen it in spurts last year and the year prior, but we wanted to see his entire game mature, and I think that we're seeing that. He didn't shoot well tonight, so he finally came back down to earth, but But again, the rest of the team just picked up the slack, and that was really good to see. We got a good team. The Nets got a good scrappy team. Going into the season, I thought that the Nets would be hovering around the 500 mark, which in my opinion would be about an 8th seed, maybe a 7th. But who knows? I mean, they're 2-2 right now. One can argue they should be 4-0, at least 3-1. I mean, I should have won that first game, against the Cavs. Some questionable decisions that I believe that Jacques Vaughn made in both those games, the first 2 games, that I believe might have cost us, either both victories or at least one. But here we are. We're at 2-2. And we got the Bulls on Friday, which I certainly believe is a winnable game, a game that we should win, because we also have a tough one on Saturday against the Celtics, who look like they're the cream of the crop in the East. So tonight was fun. I wanted to make this video because I was pretty excited about what I saw, and I wanted to share it with everybody. But I'm really interested to see what we see from this team going forward. I think that as they gain, more chemistry and they play together, and they start to get obviously their healthy guys back, I think they can be a pretty solid, a dangerous team. And who knows what Sean Marks will do at the trade deadline. I mean, we have a ton of picks. I mean, if we can pull off a trade and get us another good, solid, reliable shooter or scorer. I think that we can probably be a team that can potentially climb into a 6th seed. But who knows? I still think that we're fairly small as well, even though we're a team. Jacques Vaughn, obviously is going to want to run with this team, especially with Simmons at the point. But I still think that we're somewhat small. It would be nice for us to be able to get some size. It seems like every year the Nets are a small team, forced to play small ball, and we struggle, especially on the defensive glass against teams that are good rebounding, that have good size over us. We tend to struggle in that area and give up second and third opportunities. So that I feel that it will be an area that will continue to haunt us. Luckily for us, it didn't tonight. I think gang rebounding is a key for this team. And of course, when healthy and the way he's playing right now, Ben Simmons is going to provide more or less, 10, 12 rebounds a game, which he has been doing so far in the beginning of the season. So that's good to watch. You're going to get your solid play from Mikal Bridges. We're hoping to get Cam Johnson back. Obviously that provides some good outside scoring as well. He's a young guy who I believe is only going to get better and better. And Dorian Finney-Smith, who really wasn't too impressive last year after coming over in that trade, has played really good basketball to start the season. I mean, tonight he had 15 points. He was 3 of 5 from three-point range, and he hit. And he actually was wide open in the corner, faked, came in, hit a layup late in the game to keep us ahead. Once the defense pushed up on that 3 attempts. So it was good to see, good decision. And he's also a solid defender. All around, this team prides itself on defense, and it looks like from the beginning part of the season, these first 4 games, that is going to be their identity, to play defense and create some turnovers and run. They're looking pretty solid right now, and with time and chemistry, that can only get better and improve, which is pretty exciting. To see how this team continues to grow. But anyway, again, I was just happy about the win, so I wanted to make this quick video. But let me know what you think in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. That way you could come hang out with me more often on the regular. But more importantly, I would just want to say I appreciate everybody's support. So until next time, this is your boy Johnny signing out from the Hangout Spot, and I'll talk to everybody soon.